What's up, guys? Drew Does Trucks. Check this out. I just picked this up. I guess I'll go ahead and say it. Paid $500 for this. 79 F150 two-wheel drive, 300 straight six C4 automatic. Kind of an unusual drivetrain for these. You just don't see that very often. Most of the 300s seem like there's 4 speeds for some reason. This came with this cool set of slots. It's got 4 of them, and then you had I can see a flat tire on this back, so it has a whole set of 4 steelies too. There's a whole bunch of this like junky, wet mud, dirt in the bed. The bed definitely got some pinholes in it. Need to get that cleaned out ASAP, but that would mean I need to move this somewhere I can dump that stuff. Not putting it in the driveway. I don't think there is a single straight panel on this truck. Definitely looks like you had some roof leaks here. Just smeared Bondo over them. Obviously not the right way to fix them. Somebody's like bending, riveting these sheet metal pieces and then bondoing over it. Again, just, you know, people just trying to do what they can. They don't know how to do body work. This truck, I suspect, with all the chrome trim, originally would have had most likely a chrome rear bumper. Who knows? This one's been spray painted gray. They did not mask off the sheet metal here very well. As you can see, it's gray too all around. Tailgate not currently opening. I think the rods aren't connected to the handle. This back tire was flat. I put air and it looks like it's leaking down again. Big dent in the bed, kind of a bummer. Other than that, you know, it's got minor damage. Get the bottom of the door rusted out, but of course they sell the door bottoms. You just weld those on the skin. Fender has some like light surface rust and a little ding here that could be fixed. Hood's in decent shape. Grill, just various little dings. It's got some trim pieces that are like busted and kind of screwed in there, but I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's like a 30-foot truck, but overall, I mean, $500, you couldn't complain. It runs and drives, no brakes at all. It had some brakes when I got it, no brakes now. Almost certainly has a busted line. Not sure what is going on with the straw inside. We need to bust the shop back out, but check this seat out. Seat's real nice. Somebody had replaced this carpet. It's like this really thick backed carpet. The way it molds to the floor, I'm thinking they ordered that out of a catalog for this truck. Nice, new. This is a reproduction door panel with padded armrest. And he said there's another one in behind the seat. You can see it poking out right there. Like the wood steering wheel, the Ford Center. I mean, it looks nice. Alpine CD player. Just a nice looking truck. Needs a dash pad. Looks like the mirror needs glued back on. I guess this is what was being used for an air filter. Here, I'll pop the hood and show you what's underneath the hood. Like I said, he said that he had bought this a couple years ago and tried to fix it up. Oh, hinges are stiff, they need lube. Here's the famous 300 straight 6. If Ford made a more reliable engine, then I don't know about it, that's for sure. Someone has a pencil shoved down in here for some reason. I guess that's to crack the, I don't know if that's to push the float. Maybe he's having float problems. Probably needs a carb rebuild. And exhaust is disconnected right there at the manifold. So, greasy, but functioning. My plans for the truck, would have really liked to just get this thing to driving condition, especially with this kind of nice interior in it and the automatic. So right now, if you give it a little bit of starting fluid, it'll crank over and then it runs. When you get these older trucks with the mechanical fuel pump and they do that, what that often means is that they have a hole somewhere in the fuel line. So they lose prime. Then you have to sit there and crank and crank and crank and crank for that mechanical fuel pump to draw fresh fuel through the fuel line past where it lost prime at. You'll sit there and run the battery dead. This battery looks like it was due for a replacement a couple years ago anyway. but when the motor runs, it actually sounds pretty healthy. So what I would really like to do for this, new wheels and tires, new brake lines. If I can get stainless steel brake lines for this, I'd really like to do that. Just all new brake lines, new soft lines, new calipers, new wheel cylinders, drums, rotors, all that all around, new tires, and rebuild the carb. And if I could just do that and get this thing running well enough to drive it, I'd like to drive it a little bit. So it seems like it's in pretty good shape. It was kept as a driver. No AC, no factory AC, so nice clean firewall. This is kind of, you know, I never liked this color scheme. It's one of the available two-tones that were available in '79 from the factory. Now that I have it and see it in person, it looks a lot better in person than it does in pictures. It's got the really cool upper and lower racetrack, I think they call this. But the bad part is almost every single piece has pinches, dents, waviness. Now some of these real moderate ones, like if you were able to clean this door up, pop that dent out, you could probably bring the trim out. With this aluminum trim, these sharp dents, especially where it's buckled, you're never going to get that out. And I can't remember off the top of my head of all the trims that Ford has reproduced, if this one is currently reproduced. Either way, the trim's getting expensive when it's in good shape, whether it's factory or reproduction. So anyway, oh, we got speakers back here. Is that a drill bit? Cool. Milwaukee Cobalt drill bit included here. Some nice speakers. He gave me the padded armrest that he got for this too. I have it somewhere laying around. Gave me a little pile of extra parts. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this project. Here's that spare slot. Oh, he said it had a bad tire. These old slots, you know, you got to polish them, and then you got to put like goop on them, something like some kind of sealant to keep them looking good, because this was kind of back before we had current wheel technology, so they end up getting all corroded like that. So maybe I'll get around to polishing them up. I think they're 15s. Yeah, 225, 75 15s. So what I really like to do, I'd like to get brand new tires for this this truck, which I'm not sure if I posted the video to this yet or not. It's got these nice winter tires in the back with good tread. Someone put really nice tires in the front too. The guy said that they were new. They're clearly not new. They got some dry rotting and stuff on them, but they'd be good enough for a driver. Since I want to sell this and try and get decent money out of it, I'd like to get just brand new generic factory tires for it, so I can say, hey, it's got new brakes, new tires. But I might put those tires on these slots and run them on this. I don't know yet. Anyway, I just want to show you guys this. I'll probably be working on it more. I need to get the brake leak fixed first thing, so as you know, driving projects that stop on their own are much easier to deal with than ones that don't. So, but for now, I'm working on some other stuff, so you guys will see this coming up. This may be the intro to a longer video, or I may just go ahead and post this as a short video. But as always, when you get something, I'm excited. So look for this up and coming. All right, guys, back again with the yellow truck. Got the tailgate open. The latch was stuck on one side, and actually this side didn't want to move because I guess this, like, whatever these are called, scissor style, was like rusted in place. I just soak it in WD-40. Anyway, a bunch of this, some kind of like marble. It's mostly broken up in the bed. Just cleaning that up, but you can see this this like thick layer of crap. Looks like it's probably good potting soil or something very organic. But anyway, the reason I turned the camera back on, I got a big jug of old brake fluid here, and I got some starting fluid. I want to try and top the brake fluid off, fill our starting fluid up, and see starting fluid, see if it'll run, the brake fluid, see if it'll have any brakes, and if it's leaking, where it leaks. So let's see here. I oiled these hinges too. They work much easier than before. You can see this lid isn't all the way snapped on. And some rust flakes in here. But both front and rear reservoirs on that are completely bone dry. That is odd, indicating a rather significant brake leak. So that shouldn't take too long to find. Go ahead and top it off. So I don't use brake fluid, but I'm doing a brake job anyway. But I always leave it around. And then you work on stuff like this, just trying to find a brake leak or whatever. And then you don't feel bad about this is gonna come spraying out of somewhere once I hop in there and push the brake pedal down, I'm sure. So we'll give her a shot of starting fluid. Maybe a couple shots. We'll see if she cranks. Fingers crossed. You can tell she wants to go. I think a little gas for the carb might be more effective than starting fluid. All right, I'm back. Got some gas from a gas can here. Give a splash down the carb. Trying to fill the bowl up, but I can't really see down in there. I would say this carb is done. Just there we go. Doesn't idle down. It won't close all the way. I guess that's why. The carb definitely needs a rebuild. There may be a vacuum leak. Vacuum leaks, a lot of unplugged vacuum ports. That just came off in my hand. Alright, well, I don't have a tack on. I'd say we're idling at like 1,800, 2,000 RPM here. So, let's see, as for brakes, pedal just goes to the floor. Starts right back up. So I'm thinking it probably has a hole in the fuel line. It's taking a while to prime. That's why it doesn't want to start. I don't know if there's gas in the fuel tank or not. It says it's on E. All right. I don't know if you could hear me. It seems so loud. Like there are multiple vacuum ports on this carburetor here. There's one here that was capped that the rubber is just completely disintegrated on the cap from. Oh, you don't want that clip to fall in your carb. There is this port here on the back that is this like cloth covered line. I don't even know what that is. I hear trickling, like a steady stream. Not sure what that is. So we've got a bunch of stuff capped off back here, probably old emission stuff. You know, I don't even know where all the vacuum ports are on these, but that may be one of the reasons that it's not one to idle. But I'm guessing as old and crusty as that carb is, this thing's been off the road for quite some time from the owner. Looks like it was last registered 2014, so I'd say it's a safe bet. The carb hasn't been redone since then, so there's another carb that needs rebuilded, and I hate rebuilding carbs. But anyway, our brake pedal, let's see, our brake pedal should have pushed some of that fluid through, and we should be seeing a pretty big brake leak somewhere for that thing to have no fluid in it. It's starting to get dark out right now, but I don't see anything. I do see that on one of my front tires. Now it's a 79. This thing came standard with discs, and I think we found our leak. So that must be the front. That must be the front line, not the rear reservoir. So this is our leak right here. So we've sprayed brake fluid to the top and the bottom of the tire. So I can't tell exactly what's leaking in here. We'll probably have to take this tire off, but it could just be the brake line. Let's see here. It could just be that brake line, but based on where it's coming out, I'm wondering if it's the caliper itself. You can see that our wetness stops right here and starts a little further up here. So I don't know. I'm planning on replacing the lines and the calipers just because this thing has sat so long. But I guess we'll be doing that. Sooner rather than later. I think I'm going to order a stainless steel brake kit for this, and going to start comparing prices, see if I can find a rotor caliper pad and line kit for it. Just replace all the braking components just for safety's sake. Seems like the master's working fine. I'm going to leave it for now. I'd like to do hydro boost on this if I'm going to end up driving it, but cool. Well, we know it runs. The engine sounds healthy. He's just going to need a little bit of love in the carburetor department. I'm not going for a restoration on this, so I'm probably just going to try and delete that emission stuff, the EGR and all that. It just makes it so much easier to work on. You don't have those vacuum lines and all those leak potential problem sources. I know that's like the old dumb redneck way to do things, but you know, when you're the one trying to troubleshoot stuff, it's kind of a different story. So anyway, it's getting dark. I gotta find dinner for the kids, so I'm gonna sign this video off. Hopefully you will cut to me finding the brake parts we need to make this thing move, so that I can get it out of the driveway and clean out that bed. See you guys in the next video.